Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Star Shadow Plays. I'm your host Rob, aka Star Shadow. We're continuing on with our San Marino challenge in FM21, which take the tiny microstate of San Marino all the way from the bottom of the FIFA rankings to number 1, and simultaneously we're taking club based in San Marino to Champions League glory. Done that part, it's always inevitable with the way we set this up. We took over a club called San Marino Calcio. It went defunct in 2019, but is apparently been refounded, so you should be able to find them in the lower league Italian databases. Serie D, I believe, is where they have found themselves. So definitely check that out if you want to try this, because they are a club based in San Marino, but are playing the Italian pyramid. So this is a very good situation for trying to get to the Champions League, because it's a lot harder to do it from the San Marinese League, and you also have to find a database that has that league already loaded, because it's not obviously not a league that is done by default. I'm kind of interested in doing something like that to see if we can do something with the league, maybe in FM23, but that's ways down the road right now. Anyway, for the purposes of this challenge, we took over San Marino Calcio, pumped a ton of money into them, pimped out youth intakes to see if the challenge is even possible, because club side, I think any decent FM player could do, so I wasn't really worried about that. But I was curious to see that if having a club that has a good youth intake would be enough, just a single club would be enough to actually push San Marino up the ladder in the nations part of, in the international part of the game. So that's really what the purpose of this is. It's more of a testing out best case scenario as opposed to actually doing the challenge, but still playing it, because in the end, it's a lot of it is still going to be player dependent, especially on the national league side or on the international side. So for this update here, we're going to be playing in the UEFA Super Cup, because we are the Champions League champions. It's our third in 4 seasons, so obviously we're good, but we're just going to kind of talk about some of the stuff. It's kind of our pre-season club update. Usually do one, and then usually one at the end to kind of see how things went, just to kind of keep things, just kind of look at things and see how the club's going, how the club's progressed, and to see some of the prospects that are coming for the national side. So we actually played in the FIFA World Cup over the summer. Fortunately, the bug or setup that FM has for this means if you're in the summer break on vacation, your club is pretty screwed, because it doesn't properly record training and resting and all that, so your players end up being super tired, and it only seems to affect certain teams, I guess, because the Spanish teams had no problems with this. The Italian teams did, the English teams did as well. Trying to remember about the German teams. I didn't run across any of them, but we had a huge problem even trying our best with what we had, and I do know the English teams had some problems too and had some injuries. But yeah, the Spanish sides were much better off, and they ended up Real Madrid and Barcelona played in the final, probably because they were, for some reason, the ones that had it running normally, apparently. But we played Rio after getting through our group. Let's can I do it? Matches schedule. Not going to show the group. What was the groups? Sao Paulo, and what was the other team that we played? Blue Wings? No, we played El Ali and Saudi Arabia. Got 2-0 win. Then, as you saw, we played Sao Paulo 3-2. That obviously we had a bunch of tired players, so we were somehow able to come back. We actually went down 2-0, but then I yelled at the players quite a bit and I think we made did we make a change? We obviously made a change or two, but yeah, Istopovic scored twice, including the winner in stoppage time. Kenzie, of course, as well. And then tired team against a fully fine team in Real Madrid. See, second half we fell apart. Couldn't really do anything about that when the entire team is basically dead tired. So whatever. I would have loved to win. That's like the only club competition we haven't won yet is Club World Cup, and I guess the Europa League as well. But everything else we've won, so I do want to eventually win this, hopefully, but may not get a chance. We also had played in João Felix Testimonial against Liverpool. They ended up winning in that too. The team didn't play very well. Was not very happy about that, but you know, it's preseason and getting things working kind of thing. So yeah, because of the Super Cup, we start preseason very early. Yeah, so it's kind of fun there. So we have to do some stuff here to make sure our players are able to last throughout the season. So, you know, we try to manage them as best as possible. We are in the midst of making some changes here. For the national team news, actually, we did move our left wing back in Lance Ramos. Where is he at, actually? Right here. Do I gotta do it this way then? Transfer history then. Anyway, so yeah, Lance Ramos has now moved to Dortmund for 63 million. Finally, I was finally kind of growing tired of the fact that he wanted to be. He was complaining about playing time because he was the backup to Mancini, and so I was getting a little upset about that, and especially when contract time came. So I was like, you know what, it's time. We'll let you go, let you play a lot. Hopefully, you know, he's gonna go out there and kill it. So it was kind of plateauing for us, so maybe he'll going on and we'll get a chance today, even though he's probably gonna play higher up against us, which has now opened up a spot. Oh yeah, the other move we made is Demetrius Kapetsoglu has moved on to Bayern Munich for 80 million. He had his head turned, and since he was actually the backup, even though he split time, let him go. He is a very good shot stopper, but passing wasn't quite what we were looking for. So Julio Meza is going to be the undisputed starter. Not quite as good as a shot stopper, but definitely a better passer, which has been helpful. And since Lance Ramos is gone, we have brought up San Marino's. You may remember him from the previous friendly, Gabriele Ugolini. Now going to be playing as the backup. He is obviously not quite as good as Ramos is. However, he has quite a bit of room to take off, so we're happy to get him going, and very happy about this jumping reach. Should help make us a little bit more defensively solid when he's in, even if he is not quite the tackler or doesn't have the position yet. But yeah, he's definitely going to be a big attacking threat. He also gets into the opposition area, so that's going to be fun. So we're going to see how that goes. So we're very happy to have him on board. So that's going to be our San Marino's player for the year. I'm trying to move a couple other players. Margaritas, he had a good year, but I want to open up a midfield position to bring up Tomei to play. And we're also looking to move Juan Hosung on. He's kind of plateaued for us, and we'll see what we can do. He wanted, but we haven't gotten a suitable bid yet. They've been kind of low. He's been good, but kind of the pace and such has kind of been a little bit, you know, kind of not quite what we want. So we have a bunch of players that we are looking at to play in the back. Playing like Juanma. You can see he's more of a pacey style. Jump and reach quite isn't there. but he's pretty good at 18. We have probably who would probably bring up would be Tibor Hecko, who does need to work on his pace as well, but got good jump and reach. And good here. His marking isn't quite what Kanhosunga's, but you know, it's an option. We also have an option of Andrea La Montagna, who kind of could have transitioned to a defensive midfielder role probably because of his passing, but his marking and heading is quite not quite there yet either at 17, but he'd be pretty good. So that's an option as well. We also have Nabil Alak from Morocco, who are playing as a right wing back actually. That's kind of what he was kind of set up as, but he could, mostly because of his heading, but he's wouldn't be bad as a center back either. So that's an interesting player as well. And oh yeah, we did make a move for a backup keeper since we lost Kapetsklou. That is turning out to be a problem because I didn't think about this. We have 17-year-old Jakub Yildirim from Turkey. 17 years old, and for those of you that know, I think that's the spoiler. Since he's 17, you can see already he is look at this, quite good there, handling, reflexes, the mentals are already good. Yeah, we brought him to be a backup, but he's not joining until next year because he's 17, and I forgot EU rules. I was not paying attention when I did this deal. I was thinking he'd be a good backup, but he will not be here until next year, so we're gonna have to roll with Fabio Maiani as our backup. He's out of contract at the end of the year, and he's also the third keeper for the national team, so he will be on club duty and will not be traveling with the national team, so that we have a keeper in the backup role who's not god awful. But yeah, he is not the greatest keeper. He's solid. Should be good enough against bottom league sides, and he's definitely better than some of the other options we got, especially in the younger areas. Sam Jeffrey's just not ready yet. And their reflexes are not what I would want, but we do have keepers coming. Hero Demo might not be able to make it himself. Mark Bush though, American, 18. He came through our youth intake, not bad. But what we're really excited about actually is from our youth intake. Those of you that saw that will remember that. Daniele Valentini, possibly world class. And at 15, he's got a ways to go, but he is not terrible at 15. Obviously, he's not going to be playing for not like any good for the first team side, but he could probably play for the C squad, the C squad, which probably won't do this year. We'll see how he develops though. So gotta get him mentored though. Unambitious is not great. Well, he's level-headed though, so not terrible. So very excited about this. So hopefully he will develop. He's only 5'11" though, so that could be a problem. But his aerial reach doesn't matter already. Jump reach not bad. So I don't know why we're going through all this before the match, but that's what we're doing. So yeah, that was the B side. You can see we got a lot of players. We just brought in Felipe Gendiroba, another midfielder, 18 years old, Brazilian. You can see he's already pretty good. So if we could give him a chance to bed in, and then we'll see if we want to move someone to bring him up to the main squad. But yeah, we are definitely in on a lot of wonder kids because that's what we do. Since we have limited ourselves to under 21s to sign, and that's it. Means we have to develop our own players. Another player we're super excited about, Wesley, the Brazilian, who brought in last year as a complete forward. So we're gonna send him on loan, see if we can get him some playing time at the top level. He's gonna be at Roma. Super excited about that. And the Seaside has some good players as well that we're excited about. We just brought in Drazen Malocha. I'm not sure if that's Malocha or Molka. Probably Malocha. The other midfielder, Croatian, pretty good at 16. You saw one of our great hopes for the San Marinese team, Roberto Canini, at 16. He's actually developing quite nicely. He is almost ready to come up to the national team senior squad. Yeah, this is not terrible. Like if the Italian league let us have more than 25 players, or let us bring up U21s without having to register them, he'd be someone I'd be interested in playing in like a cup match or something for the senior squad, or getting some time in just to push that development even further, because that is pretty good, especially for 16. So we're super excited about that, and we need a world-class center defender for the national team. So that is something we're super excited about. Another midfielder, Baldacci, for the national team. See, we got some players that are not terrible. Another small striker, Federico Machina, getting somewhere at age 18. Actually, I might mind bringing him up to the B squad to get some time there. We've just bought you Valentin Pernot. Who else do we got? Brad Rodriguez, who came through our youth intake a few seasons ago. American, he can actually probably move up to the B side too. Yeah, that's like, you see, we got a lot of prospects here, and anything basically above 3 stars is going to be definitely a top 5 player, top 5 league player. So someone like this, Alessandro Silvi Marchini, he'll be a solid central defender hopefully for us. He's at 16. He hasn't quite developed, but we're gonna hopefully start pushing that up a little bit. So this is a hope for us as well for the national team. Do we have someone else that I was like, Julian Nelly was someone I was kind of hoping for as a center back. Might end up being a little bit better than Luca Giliberte though. That might be about what we can hope for him. But we'll see if he can push on a little bit. He could be pretty good rotational player. But yeah, we got players that we're trying to get pushed on for the national team. So future is definitely there. We have some exciting players coming through. So we gotta hope that we can push them forward. And like I said, trying to open up a spot for Giuseppe Tome to make the jump up to the senior side in the club. I do like that. He's grown an inch. He's up to 5'4". That 9 jumping reach. I like that. And yeah, we definitely fit him into the senior side to play a little bit. So yeah, I would like to open up the spot for him. But other than that, I don't think is there anyone else in the senior, or anyone else from San Marino in the B squad that we're getting about here. We've sent a lot of players out on loan because obviously, Dario Caboni's finally going to get some first team playing at Cagliari. Where were you last year? We sent you on loan, didn't we? No, we didn't. Thought we did. But you might remember him from the National League side, from the national senior side, as our finisher of the group. So he's got 11 caps, 5 goals. So happy to send him to Cagliari to see if he can hack it at this level. It's probably not good enough for the senior side here at this club, but we're hoping to find him a good spot to develop. And then yeah, Christian Lemos, who Argentinian, who we never had really any hopes of actually bringing into the seniors guide. But I mean, look at this athleticism. This is crazy. It kind of makes him want to try and find somewhere. He's not like a good striker. He's more of a winger, so he doesn't really fit. But I mean, how do you not like this athleticism? Like, I want to find a spot for him, quite frankly. But we might send him out on loan again and then sell him on. So we'll see. That's just someone I wanted to highlight. Oh, Nicola Fiorini, who we need to find a spot for. We're trying to sell on. So far, bids have been real low, but we're looking. Anyway, that's the beginning talk of or the talk of the squad at the beginning instead of at the end. So let's get into this match against West Ham. Should be fairly recognizable if you've been following the club at all. Only newbie here is Helson Bruno. You can see super potential. We've been trying to find a position for him because he's kind of just athletic. Seems like this right wing back spot might fit him. So if we could try him out here and see if we can develop him out here. Good tackling, and then so the marking isn't as bad for wing backs as it is in the center. So we're gonna see how that works. But he, got decent positioning. He can kind of move off the ball a bit. So it seems to be the best spot for him. I mean, here would have been good, but his passing is never going to be good enough to play as a deep liar. Want that vision up. So that's the reason why he's not going to sit there. So we're going to see if he can make that spot his own, and if then we would sell on someone, maybe Newton Militao, Sosa Santana as well, who had one of those complacency drops in personality. So he went from perfectionistic to fairly determined. He's one of the ones that got hit this season. We tend to get two to four complacency drops every year because the game hates us, obviously. But yeah, so everything else should be about right. So let's get into this then. See if we can get a win here against West Ham. Champions last year, Barcelona. We had won the Champions League. But now we're back in our rightful spot of winning the Champions League. West Ham's going to play 4-4-2 against us. That ought to be interesting against our feigned 5-3-2. Nothing to change here. This is what's going to probably be our best. Actually, probably not, because Konosung will be gone, and we will probably either bring in Jose Tedo, or that's probably who will start here. If not, he's injured right now, so that's why he's not playing. But Matan Moore, the Israeli, is going to get some rotational time now. I'm excited about that. He's also got that 5-star potential. Look at the jumping reach on him too. That's what's super exciting. Not quite the passer to play in this minute, I don't think, or the positioning, but that's something we can think about, especially since he's either footed. So we're super excited about that. I love bringing in wonder kids from smaller countries like Israel or Morocco kind of deal. So super excited about that. Right, so let's bring it in. All right, so Yanni, B12, Rosti, who's gonna go on loan if not sold. Bellini could be 22. All right. See what we got. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to do it the other way. All right, so we should win this. They're a solid team, but not a great team. See that for the fans? Nope. My team hates the fans. They really don't care. All right, so what we got? Check footedness, of course, first. Bunch of left footers up front. Oops, I should do it this way. Nope. What? Okay. Let's see what we got for bravery. Oh, you have no bravery. You're a good passer, though. Wonder kid. That's not bad, though. Do we need to close him down? We might want to. Alright, Pinel. He's the finisher. He's pretty good. Other Argentinian. They really like the Argentinians here. Norwegian. Sarawi. Definitely a winger. No jumping reach whatsoever, but a lot of flair. Good passer too. What was his? Yeah, we can hit him. Mexican, Luis Angel Mendoza. Good passer. Definitely want to close him down. Yep. Nico. Spanish, old guy. Still very athletic for being 31. They're definitely bringing it. They're bringing the heat right now. Kadrovich. Very pacey. Yeah, we can hit him too. Why not? He is not as good as the others. He's got good potential apparently though. Or did at least. Candelaria. He's not bad. Not bad. Good tackler. Not bad. There's no reason to be tackling him hard though. Imp though from Wales. Not bad at all actually. Ryan Evans, he's also Welsh. Very athletic. Very athletic. This ought to be interesting then. This team is not bad. Right wing. Don't need to close him down really, I don't think. Alright. Alright. Trubin. Ukrainian goalkeeper. He is kind of weak. Alright, so there's their weakness is their goalkeeper. That ought to be interesting then. Alright, should be a great occasion out there today, shouldn't it? Fans are excited, so are we. Does Tashan Oakley Booth's absence make your job easier today? Who even is this guy? He's not that good. Not sure it matters because there's plenty of other players that we had to worry about. Yeah, that guy is worse than the other guys are playing. So, no, it does not matter. It's kind of funny that they would even ask that. Alright, let's see if our players are up for it. That's gonna be the question. The biggest question, are they up for it? We're the better side. But it's not like they're terrible. They're just not quite at our level. But definitely good enough to upset us if we're not up for it. Genie, yep, okay. Alisson Bruno look like they're gonna leave him open a bit. Nice. Nice little, you see that cut in by Alisson Bruno coming in after Sanchez went wide, came into about here and then backed off. Complete wingback probably would have kept coming in to help, actually. Oh, Mesa, what was that? That was terrible, guys. I'm really upset because that's terrible. We have a bunch of good jumpers. There's no way that you should lose out. So they're gonna respond, right? Good, that is going to be one of our weaknesses. Is Mesa is not quite, like I said, not quite the shot stopper. So hoping that the defense should just be solid and we don't have to force him to make a bunch of saves. That was a foul that was not called. Oh, it's terrible. Come on, guys. Van de Beek, for those that have seen our national team adventures. Van de Beek is a very important defender for the Netherlands, and now it's going to be stepping in for us as well. And that was a great ball. There's a couple of great balls there. Get us all evened up here. Alright, fine, we'll press him too then. Still got lots of teams coming in for Wakeham. Not really giving us enough money for that. Still really good. Oh, if that's a weak shot, how did that get through on his weaker foot? And that's a case of their keeper being weak, because that should have been stopped. A weak shot that just having the bounce and get in. Oh, we'll take it, I guess. We'll take it. I mean, again, it makes up for the one that Mesa gave up. Now it's time for us to impose our will. Wakeham, you see our complete forward dropping to get into the play, which we want because he's a good passer. Very good passer. You saw it from that ball to Quartas for the first goal. One of the things I don't like about the Super Cup, we have 12 players on the bench. Only 3 subs though. So used to having 5 from Italy. Kind of barbaric. That's some Bruno showing off that athleticism to Quartas. Oh, come on, man. Put that away. All right. Nice. Force him into that. Oh, Haram. Oh, good ball. On his weaker foot? No. You need to get back on the side. Need to cut back inside to score that. That was a pretty good shot on his weaker foot, though. Nice. That's what we're talking about. Guys being dominant. Van de Beek doing a great job. Sanchez, let's go. Whew. The bomb that just missed. Definitely is world class. He is termed. Players, teams coming in for him too, offering us Jack for world class midfielder. For some reason, they think we're going to give him up for 60 million, which no, nice try. That is definitely not enough. I don't know why they do that. Oh yes, one of the most reputable teams in the world. First team world class midfielder. Yeah, they'll give him up for 60 million. Yeah, sure. Go out there and get it. I probably should have yelled at them actually again. Defensively, oh no, 6.8. That's not bad enough. We're gonna give you a little talking to too, because that goal you gave up, I did not like that. Captain, I expect more on you too. Oh, and that got Hales and Bruno too. Nice. Yeah, Van de Beek is going to be getting a lot more time this year. He is just so good. I don't know how I keep him sitting down so much, but yeah, he's definitely ready to make a big impact on defense for us this year. Very excited about that because he's really good. Surprised they're not saying he's world class. Oh, there's Kwang Sung screwing up a little bit. All right, that was right at Julio. Right, well. Surprised Mancini was sitting back so deep since he's on attack. Right. He goes on the run. Beat that guy. Did. Oh, nice near post. Nice near post run there by Sanchez to get there and get his header. That was beautiful. That was a good header too. That was a tough header. I like it though. I like it a lot. Team is doing it. Oh, you need to hit it early, I think. Sanchez though to Quartas. Oh, he's offside though. Quartas is a pretty good header of the ball. I don't know why he is having a little bit of trouble today. 14, and like he's a pretty good jumper. Bravery isn't quite that, but I mean, look at this. 20 composure, 17 finishing. Excuse me, yes. course, he is fully right-footed, which is the problem. So when he's on his left, that's a huge problem. But so like here, he needs to cut inside, and he's not. Because when he does that, because he gets a lot of balls on the cut into the near post on this side. Well, not really near post. Kind of depends on where he is, but okay, let's take care of this, guys. Come on now. And these number of headers too. All right, a little bit of hustle there to get it. Here's our complete wingback cutting inside of it. Moharam. Oh, nice ball. Wakeham. Oh, just kind of scooped it past him. That's nice. What a ball. This is the team here right now. Moharam is tired. Let's bring him off then. Santamia. Oh, no, he's not up there. So who is our backup here? Oh, Rosti we can bring in. Let's bring in now officially our player, Matthias Armen. We had on loan because we couldn't bring him in straight in, but they accepted a loan instead. So yeah, very happy about this. Model citizen. The passing is pretty good at 19. Good athleticism. Solid player to play as a defensive midfielder. We were hoping that he would have the full 5-star potential, so is not having that, kind of sad, but still very good player. Very happy. 80 million. Might say we overpaid. I'd say no, not for a model citizen who is going to be in a few years definitely a mainstay in the middle for us. I'm very happy about this. Very happy. Just enjoy your debut. This is not really, I guess this is his debut as officially a member of our team. But yeah, very excited. Very excited about him. Actually, I might switch to Armin and Hara. Because Armin doesn't go as forward as well because his dribbling is only 10. Hara is better all around there, so let's do that. Chiniga to go on when his patent runs. Very good. Portas out wide. It's not exactly where we want him, especially on his weaker foot. It's alright. Oh, Wakeham just got around his defender there and got a foot in. Nice. That is beautiful. Hopefully it's going to be a huge year for Wakeham. Didn't quite live up to his standards last year, but I mean, not like he was terrible. But hopefully this is a harbinger of a huge year for him. Love to see him score another 20-25 goals. Cortez does scored a bunch of goals too. He had like 23, 25 something. Actually, he might hit more. We'll look at it in a second. After being 5-1, let's give Ugolini an opportunity, and we will bring in who should we bring in? I guess do we want to bring in Garitas for perhaps a final bow? I think so. I think we'll do that. Last 10 minutes or so. So far so good. Oh, he just got walked past. Come on, Hellison. Come on, Hellison Bruno. You gotta do better than that. Rizzo though, there we go. Made a save. It's a comfortable save. Save he should make, but you know, we get a little bit nervous here and there. See, we didn't do much to our tactic at all because it was in control. I didn't feel like we really needed to do anything, and we didn't. Van de Beek, for some reason, sitting out there. He's comfortable out there, so that's fine. So yeah, a good win for us. 5-1. We showed our superiority. You can see team is still good, still very good. And as we are continually in the process of getting younger, although we still have a few players that we are absolutely keeping going. Okay, don't let it get to your heads though, guys. You see some of the complacency getting in. But yeah, we are, like I said, we're hoping for a big year coming up from our forwards. Congratulations. How pleased are you to win the UEFA Super Cup? For the fans. What a comeback. To see your side completely turn the game around like that must be very pleasing. I mean, yeah. I mean, we went down, made some changes. I mean, we didn't really make changes. We just yelled at the team. That was the change. And they were like, yeah, we're playing terribly. So, coach is right. We will do it. And they did it. So, this is what good man management does. It can trump tactics. So if you're not very good tactically, if you can get your man management to be quite good, then it can definitely overcome tactics. For us, you know, our dynamics are very good, excellent leadership, a lot of leadership support, and it's about managing expectations. So if your team sucks and they're playing well, then yeah, you might want to be praising them more often than not. But if your team is good, even if your expectations are lower, if your team is good and you expect them to be good and you have a good atmosphere, you can yell at your team because you know that they're not playing to your expectations and they will respond. I think a lot of people can be a bit easy on their players, encouraging and such, but you know, demand more is always a good option, I find, when your team's not playing up to par. And you know, mentality is going to make it's going to play a role in that. It kind of depends on your club. If your club is weak mentally, then that may not work. But I think once you're up, especially up to this level, your team is winning, your personalities tend to all be pretty solid, and you can definitely manipulate them that way by being hard on them. So don't be afraid to do that, especially if you're a good team. Alright, so how many goals did he have last year? 13, that's not very good. Especially since the year before that, he had 21, 20, 20. Only 5 assists. He had 11 assists this year. That's bad. But he's the complete forward. I actually expected him to get more assists, to be more like this year here where he had 20 goals, 11 assists. I actually didn't expect him to be scoring that many, but he scores a lot from that complete forward, the one that actually drops. So this, like I said, this 13 was not up to his standard, so we're hoping he'll get back to it. Cortez though went nuts. He had 24, 17 in the league. It was good. Yosipovich didn't have a good year, which was disappointing. Oh, he had 15. He had mostly scored 8. Scored 15 last year too. But yeah, he had 29 that year. That was nuts in 2016, 17. So I mean, a little bit off, but I guess not that bad. He played less too, so we're hoping he's gonna score. McKenzie still hasn't taken that spot. I've been hoping that he might be up there, but scored 15 last year. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I didn't realize he scored 15 the year before that. Scored 14 in the league that year. Wow. So I mean, having 2 good complete forwards is wonderful, and you can see good passer. Him and Wakeham are both very good passers. 14, 16 here. This is the difference here, is that athletically he is better than McKenzie, who is, you know, quite good himself. But yeah, so yeah, having some good forwards here, we're scoring a lot of goals. So we could score a lot more, but we still play pretty defensively as a team. I mean, start off unbalanced and don't really come off it unless, you know, we go down, then we have to start manipulating things. So I mean, we could actually probably score a ton more goals. It might be something to consider actually for us. I've considered it quite a bit actually. I'm thinking of just going out there and see if we can just pound teams. But I haven't done it yet. I like being in control because normally we're the best defensive team in the league as well. So, and especially with Mason now, he is going to be a little bit more of a liability in the back for shot stopping. So maybe we'll see. We'll see if he. I mean, he's got a lot of potential still to reach. So maybe he can. And this is still a developmental age for goalkeepers. So maybe we can get some of this up and then feel a lot more comfortable with him. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, got good command and good communications. Aerial reach obviously is not as good because he's 5'11", but that's all right. So we have jumpers. And like I said, his main thing is he's a good passer out of the back. We can play the ball to him a bit. And he can move it around, which is actually a lot bigger of a deal. I found last year watching a lot of these matches is having someone who can actually distribute the ball was actually really good for us. So that's why we let Kopetsoglu go, even though he's a better shot stopper, is because moving the ball is actually very helpful for us. So maybe it might get us to score a few more goals. We'll see how that goes. But that's a great how many goals did Sancho score last year? He had 20. He had 20 goals last year. This is a midfielder. He never played in a forward position. He had 20. You can see we scored a ton of goals. He had 11, then 14 his first year. Man, he's scoring a ton of goals. He is super world class. World class. Man, we scored a ton of goals then. I didn't realize how many goals we scored because we got 20 from him, 20 from Wakeham and Quartas, and just about 20 from Mackenzie, and Isabovic had 15. I mean, we scored a ton of goals last year. I did not realize that. Defenders, did any of our defenders score that many? I don't think so. No, he had one. Kano Sung, I don't think he had very many either. Center backs don't usually score too many. He had 3. Innovake, I don't think scored. He had 2, okay. Sosa had a couple, I think, last year. He had 5 last year. And was that half season? No. Mancini actually had a few. He scored 7. The year before that, he scored 7 too. Scoring pretty well. Man, I get distracted and I start looking at some of these stats I didn't realize. We scored a ton of goals. And this is, of course, the best left wing back in the world right now. Take a look at that. This is why here you got a little bit of pace. His pace is not bad. I actually thought it was a little bit higher. Good acceleration though, and agility and balance, and dribbling. Crossing is not great. Doesn't need to be. He tends to beat everyone and then just kind of pass it in a bit. Runs with the ball often. Obviously, that's what we want. So if you're looking for an attacking kind of wing back, so someone you can kind of look at and go, these are good attributes. Work rate kind of sucks, which is kind of sad, but. Adrian, do you have any goals? No. We're still trying to figure out where to fit him in. He's very athletic, very fast. His jumping reach isn't quite what we want. We played him in the middle a lot. He didn't play very well there. Even though his passing is all right. Might want to push him out to one of the sides maybe and see if that works. He's pretty strong. But yeah, he's still got a lot of potential ability. So we're looking at that too. So, I mean, we got a lot of good players that we need to accommodate to, we try our best. Anyway, that's going to do it because we talked a lot about what's going on here. Actually, no, first we'll do the press conference and then we'll end it here. Wakeham's hat trick was undoubtedly the key factor in your win. What did you think? Well, he'll score everywhere, definitely. Remember that Roberto Sanchez will be leaving the club in the near future. Performances like that are hardly going to reduce interest. Well, the fans love him, and no one's going to pay the kind of money that we would want because it would take about $1 billion. So yeah, we won. Referee had a decent job there. I think the mistake for West Ham was scoring early and pissing us off, and Armin making his debut, which Isn't really a debut, this is just his debut as a full member of the squad. Ugalini also made his debut. Got some money. Another Super Cup win. That's three wins there. And a 2 played. Got Wakeham. Well, so we'll give him you're superb, keep it up. Wild Boss is looking at Wakeham for this. I think he put on a good performance there. And one of our Argentinians, bless me, sorry, out on loan at Red Bull Salzburg. He'll be someone to sell at some point when hopefully that value goes up. But yeah, that is gonna do it. Like I said, we talked a lot in the beginning about players coming in the squad and everything. Then we did a little bit of looking at goals scored, I guess, for the team and how little I realized about how we did. Yeah, so that's gonna give you a little bit of insight into how the club's doing and how we're pushing on. So we usually don't do another club update until well, we usually don't do one until the end of the season, but sometimes we do it in the middle of the season. But the next few ones are going to be national side ones as we're pushing on in qualifying for the World Cup. Yeah, that's what to look forward to in the next 5-6 episodes will be that, and then at least that many before we go on. So hopefully we'll be doing good there. We'll hopefully be looking at a World Cup berth, and it will be a busy summer then. So thank you all for hanging out, watching. If you're enjoying yourself, of course, like, comment, subscribe, share all that good stuff on these videos. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers already there. And yeah, there's links in the description of the videos to Twitch and Twitter if you want to come hang out a little bit more, do a little bit of streaming when I have time. You can see we do have a schedule there if you want to check that out. It's a terrible time for a lot of people, but that is the time that I have available, you know, being family man, full-time job, and all that stuff. So like I said, thank you all for hanging out, watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you all are doing well out there. Stay well, stay safe, stay good, stay healthy out there. And I'll see y'all